What's up, CEOs? It's your girl CEO Zai, and this is CEO on the Road. In today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all the steps that I took to get my CDL for free in 2024. If you're new to the channel, my name is CEO Zai. I'm 21. I literally just started my journey in the trucking industry, and I'm pretty much just sharing all my ins and outs, insights, and all that with y'all to help, the next person that might want to get into what I'm doing right now. First thing you want to do when you trying to get your CDL, and the first thing that I did is research all the requirements that's in your home state. So me personally, I live in Illinois, so the requirements for my state is you gotta meet the age requirements, you gotta have a valid driver's license, and you have to pass the medical exam. Don't trip too crazy on the medical exam. If you used to play sports and you had a sports physical in school, it's literally the same thing. The only difference is they're gonna ask you a long list of questions just to know everything about you as far as like health goes, to make sure you're not posing a risk to yourself and others on the road. But this is gonna be simple stuff like, have you ever had asthma? Do you have a history of seizures? Anything like any mental health issues, things of that nature. It's not the medical exam. Once you get that out the way, that's the easiest part. So while you're researching all the requirements, this would be a good time to figure out which route you want to take. So for me, I wanted to go the cheap route. I wanted my CDL for free. So I already knew off rip that I was gonna have to go through a county program, or I was gonna have to find a job that had paid CDL training or free CDL training. Whichever way I could get it, as long as I wasn't spending thousands of dollars on getting my CDL. So that's a good time to research schools, incentives, programs, grants. That's a good time to do all that. Once you know the requirements in your state, make sure you got all the requirements, you feel me, in the bag, and then you good to go on to the next step. Okay, so like I told y'all wanna research what y'all gonna do so you don't have to pay for the CDL. In my case, I found a company that would not only pay for me to get my CDL, but pay me in the process of me learning everything I need to do to get my CDL. So in that case, I spoke with a recruiter, I found out everything I had to do with them, and then pretty much they told me from there, I need to start studying for my permit test. All right, so general knowledge, combination, air brakes. So being that you have to, it's 3 parts of the test, you have to get an 80% on each test. And then you can't fail one and keep going. So you take general knowledge first, you gotta pass that with an 80% or better. And I think you can't miss no more than 5 questions for it to be at that 80% mark. So pass that one, cool, on to the next one. Then you got combination. Boom, after combination is air brakes. Boom, after combination you good, they gonna get your CDL permit, they gonna ship it to you, and you gonna get it in 2 weeks. Boom, bam. My recommendation to study for the permit test is to use 2 apps and the actual study guide that they have in your home state. I live in Illinois, so the CDL study guide is free. All you gotta do is go to your local DMV. I don't know how it works in other states. I'm just speaking from my experience. You either could go to your DMV or you just look up CDL study guide, Illinois CDL study guide, and it'll be on Google, Bing, whatever search engine you use, you're gonna be good. Download it, study it. That's how I did it. Read over the chapters every day, then did the questions over and 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 over every day to the point I had it memorized. Then from there, I took practice tests. Once I started passing all the practice tests, that's when I called my recruiter and told them that I was ready to take the permit test. So before I took the permit test, I had to get my med card. Remember all them qualifications I told you about earlier? I had to go get that physical, I had to go get that med card, and take the drug test and all that. And let me tell y'all something right now. If you know you're trying to get your CDL and you're a smoker, and by smoker, I'm not talking about vape, I'm not talking about cigarettes, I'm not talking about that, none of that. I'm talking about weed. If you want to get your CDL and you real big on smoking weed, you real big on drinking and doing this, that, and the third, you may as well cut it out right now. The company I'm with is really big on safety. So not only do I have to do a DOT drug screening, I had to do a non-DOT drug screening, which means they went the extra mile and paid for me to take not only the DOT drug screening, which is just a urine test, but I also had to take a hair follicle test just to get clearance. And then the physical, you don't really gotta worry about the physical. They just make sure that you're gonna be safe and you're not a hazard to nobody on the road. So once all that was cleared up, I went to go take the permit test, and I passed and failed all at the same time. So the way the permit test works, like I said earlier, it's three parts to the test. I took general knowledge, passed general knowledge. I believe air brakes was next. I failed air brakes, went outside, grabbed a study guide out the DMV, read that book over for like 30 minutes, stood in line to take the test again, and then retook it, and then passed that, and then passed the combination vehicle. After the permit test was all good to go, I was good to start training. So with training, they had me ride 4 hours away from home, all the way to Wisconsin, all the way to no, it wasn't Marshfield, it was Appleton, all the way to Appleton, Wisconsin. And I stayed there for 3 weeks doing the CDL training. And pretty much for the CDL training, like the first day, it was kind of like an orientation. We watched a whole bunch of videos on safety and things of that nature. Second day, I think we worked on turns in like an empty business area. Like it was on a real road. Don't get me wrong, we were driving a truck, but it wasn't a lot of traffic right there. Day 3, I think I was on the highway. Day 4, week 1, we was like driving in regular areas. And by the end of week 1, we was practicing backing and stuff like that. Week 2, we was still doing backing. And then week 3 is like, you know, just polishing up anything else you're not catching on to and stuff like that. And in that whole time, like, you know, we working on pre-trip, in-cab inspection, T-labs, all that. Boom, boom. I'm waking up at 4:35, eating at 5:30, finishing up eating by 6 so I could be at the job by 6:30, and get home at like 4:50, you know, after work. You know, do modules, because they had us doing training modules. Go to sleep, you feel me, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. And that was Monday through Friday. And on Saturdays, we had a Saturday class from 6:30 in the morning to 11:30 a.m. So yeah, that was my life for 3 weeks. And then it's not even a full 3 weeks, honestly. Week 1, week 2, and then you take your test on Wednesday of the 3rd week, but you don't go home till the end of Saturday class that Saturday. So yeah, that was pretty much everything I had to do. They're really transparent about everything that's on the test, you know, and not even just on the test. I feel like they company I'm with, they try and put you in like real life situations that you might be in. We had to get on the simulator a lot. Everybody hates the simulator, but yeah, it was just a lot of stuff went through in a short period of time because there's so much information that you have to learn. But yeah, nonetheless, got through it. Took my test on October 9th and passed. First try, didn't have to do that again. Because the thing about there is if you fail, you gotta wait another week to go home. Well, you gotta wait another week. Or everybody else going home, you gotta wait another week to test. So I wasn't going for that. Made sure I passed on the first try. And yeah, after that, I got my CDL. If y'all are interested in the company that I work for that paid me to get my CDL, the name of the company is Real Transportation. I fuck with Real. They're my dogs. But if you're interested in doing the same program, click the link in the description, and all you gotta do is fill out the sheet. It's gonna get them all your information, and a recruiter will call you and give you all the details of the program. That's pretty much it. Shit. Getting your CDL is not, like, it's not, the steps themselves aren't hard. All you gotta do is make sure you got a license, make sure you're old enough, make sure you ain't doing no hardcore drugs, you feel me? Because if it's a drug, it's gonna pop up. Shit, they don't give a fuck if it's a medication. If a medication pop up on there, you better have your prescription for it. Make sure it's something you really wanna do. And just go into it with an open mind and knock your training out. Even if you don't do the real transportation way, just go through schooling with an open mind and just, you feel me, accept constructive criticism and everything they got going on for you. So, but yeah, man, them the steps I took to get my CDL. If y'all want more videos on like the experience there, then I could definitely do that. But this video is just the steps I took to get there. yeah, man, it's been your CEO Zai. This is CEO on the road, and I'll see y'all next time. Next time I see y'all, I might be in a truck. Who knows? I start phase 2 of training real soon, but